Good morning. I'm here today to inform our community of the collaborative work between multiple law enforcement agencies to capture a murder less than 24 hours after a murder occurred. On this past Saturday, May 15th, at approximately 6:39 p.m. at 9750 Highway 6, a suspect shot and killed a 19-year-old victim identified as Tyler Hicks and fled the scene. Sheriff's patrol units responded along with Fort Bend Constable, Precinct 4 constables to the scene. Sheriff's Office Homicide Division was notified and immediately contacted our CSU units were dispatched as well. I personally called our District Attorney, Brian Middleton, who activated his special trained murder squad division, who made the scene as well. DPS helicopters with 102 equipped with a heat-seeking camera was also deployed to help search for the suspect. At 6:25 a.m. Sunday, I was notified an arrest warrant was obtained and the suspect, Christian Manafee, was booked for murder of the victim, Tyler Hicks. The suspect was located and arrested at his mother's residence in Harris County. Harris County Precinct 4 Constable assisted us in the arrest. This collaboration we have with all these different agencies helped to find a murder suspect and to take him off our streets. I couldn't have done this without these individuals' help and support in this case. Fort Bend County's law enforcement agencies are working hand in hand to keep you safe, our community. I would not like to call up our district attorney, who also helped in this apprehension.
Good morning. As the sheriff indicated, this was a very successful collaboration. We were able to apprehend the suspect within 24 hours, which is great by any measure. As the sheriff indicated, is that we have a specially trained unit we call the murder squad. It was my belief that our prosecutions are better if we can get involved in investigations earlier to ensure that we have admissible evidence and that any problems can be sorted out before they get to the court system. So we have established a murder squad in my office who respond to homicide scenes and assist the detectives and the different law enforcement agencies with their investigation. This weekend was no different. Tara McCollum, Charm Thompson, and Rochelle Frenchwood responded and assisted the Sheriff's Department and were able to prepare an arrest warrant. And I will ask Ms. McCollum to step to the podium and explain her involvement. Thank you.
Good morning. We received the call from the Sheriff's Office pursuant to a process that we have in place that works pretty seamlessly, which is when there's a report of a potential homicide that's being investigated, the Sheriff's Office reaches out to us at the very early stages of that investigation. It is not the role of the District Attorney's Office to interfere with the technical aspects or the factual aspects of that investigation. Instead, it is our job to stand by and provide legal guidance as needed, but more so to make sure that the work that everybody is doing is constitutionally compliant, and that when those cases ultimately make it before the public or before a legal finder, that we are legally sufficient and factually sufficient to support the work that law enforcement has done. This was no exception on Saturday evening. Great kudos to District Attorney Brian Middleton for envisioning the murder squad in supporting that the prosecutors who have the depth of experience are able to do that. Sharon Thompson is one of our newer felony prosecutors, and we take this as an opportunity to broaden the depth of experience in our office. And then absolutely the idea that we would have an in-house investigator on our team. In this instance, it was Rochelle Frenchwood, really to support that. She lent support to the Detective Alexander Hickey and his team, and Sergeant Cavillo and his team, in terms of making sure that we were supportive to them. We are happy to do the work, that detail work, so that they can focus on what needs to be done in the investigation. That is exactly what happened on Saturday. We could not have yielded a better collaborative effort. And at the end of the day, what we all did together was we made sure that our community was safe, that we produced a product that was constitutionally sound. And I think at the end of the day, in the morning, we all slept just a little bit better.
I also want to commend my Detective Hickey, a homicide detective that was head of this case on the scene. How he was compassionate to the murder victim's family. He took time to go over and speak with her, to explain everything that was going on. So I want to commend him on that. Again, this collaborative work with Precinct 4 Constable, the Bill Shikes Squad, the DA's Homicide Squad, us working collaboratively together is only for the best of the community, to help keep you safe and to help solve crimes even quicker. Look, I don't want you to think we can do this on every case, that it'll happen in 24 hours. But we will work together collaboratively on every case to try to reach this goal. So this is our branch mark. We're setting our bar high on us. So we might not be able to do it every time, but we'll work towards that to keep you safe. Now, if there's any questions, I'll be glad to answer them if I can.
Sure. Thank you for that. I'll go back to the murder squad. I do want to learn more about the murder squad, but can you tell us about the ongoing dispute between Christian and the victim? Can you tell us anything about maybe what led up to it? Was it a boxing fight, or was there something going on at the gym, or we don't know much about that yet?
I will let Detective Hickey come up to explain. He might have more information on that.
Good morning. Yes, ma'am. Obviously, even though this is an arrest case, there is some ongoing investigation that's still being done. The boxing gym houses a recording studio, so there was no boxing match. There was no boxing fight. It was a recording studio. They were recording some music.
Was it a normal night, or was it kind of like an event or a party? Was there something happening there? Was it busy? Was it packed?
It was a normal night. Normal night.
And then there was some sort of fight between the two. Are they friends? Are they colleagues? Are they related?
The investigation's continuing. I'm not going to go release as much information to that at this point.
There was just some sort of fight that broke out.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us anything else about Christian? Any ties to maybe criminal groups? Dangerous man, does he have a criminal history? Do we know anything about?
Not at this time.
Okay. How about the victim? Can you guys tell us anything about the victim? He's 19, Tyler Hicks. Was he in there recording music?
Yes, ma'am. He was there to record. The suspect was there to record. That's their history at this point.
Okay, thank you. Sheriff Fagan, I know that you got on the air and you pleaded to turn himself in. I don't know how the arrest went down, but did he hear you? Do you think that he heard you, or it was the murder squad who kind of...
It was all together. His Detective Hickey reached out to his family and friends to reach him, but it was all of us together in the investigation. We had to locate him. He did not turn himself in. It was the investigation, and like I said, Harris County Precinct 4 constables helped in the arrest as well.
And the murder squad, talk about how important that is to be able to get, to have that collaboration for the community, to be able to get the evidence, get all the facts straight, and have everything together to be able to move forward with a, with a conviction?
I'll let the DAs answer that question.
What I've learned over the years, usually if there's a problem with the prosecution, that problem typically is going to arise during the investigative stage. And so it's important for prosecutors to get involved early because they have the mindset of what's needed to present the case within the constraints of the law, rules of evidence, and Constitution. So if we can get involved, we'll have the foresight to see what needs to be done or changed in an investigation to ensure or at least increase the likelihood of a conviction. So it's a way of ensuring the quality of the cases presented as they proceed through the criminal justice system.
And then Sheriff Fagan, one last question, just to be able to get this guy off the streets and get him off the streets so quickly, that's huge. That's huge and that's super important. So talk about that, just the importance of being able to do this and get somebody off the streets that is wanted for murder.
Yeah, it is. It's very important, and couldn't have done it without this collaborative team working together. Fort Bend County is known as in the public eye as a rural little county. It's not that. We're growing. We're big. We're trying to be more. We are being more professional. We have a DA who's forward-thinking to start this murder squad and to offer it to the sheriff's office where we work hand in hand. Look, law enforcement, we're here to make the arrest. But when we make that arrest, our job is really not done. We want to make sure we get the right person, and if we got the right person, make sure we get a conviction. Because if we don't get that conviction, that person will be back out there on the street. Well, the only way to do that is to have that DA squad to be out there to help make sure we cross every T and dot every I. Also, having other law enforcement agencies to back us up because we're short-handed everywhere in law enforcement. Constable Bill Scheich of Precinct 4 being out there on the scene to help us block off the area and also help us in the search. Harris County helping us as well. Reaching out, opening our doors to other agencies, becoming more collaborative, it only makes the public more safer. So this 24 hours, it's a great thing, and the public should know that we're working very hard to keep them safe. As my speech when I first won office, and I believe everyone feels that way, Fort Bend County, we have work to do. And being Fort Bend strong and united, we can accomplish many things.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Oh, and to the victim's family, we want to give our condolences. We're very sorry, and I hope that us making this quick arrest can comfort you in just a minor way. I know it doesn't, but our hearts and our prayers from all of us to that family. If there's no more questions, thank you so much for coming out.